Evan's Journey to Life. The Evolution of the Female, Day 64. Walking the physical process where I stand equal and one as my physical body and walk the process to get to be aware of every single cell that constitutes the matter that I breathe myself in. To read this post, it must be understood that we're walking this process and blog, Heaven's Journey to Life, multidimensionally, which means each post covers one dimension, but is interconnected into and as multi-dimensions in our process of walking the point in question of who I am and how this I created and manifested this entire physical existence. Thus suggested to read this blog from day one, as many of the points in previous dimensions and days and posts are always brought through into the next days and dimensions and posts, as all the dimensions interconnect as the multidimensionality we've created and manifested as our separation as energy and consciousness from and of life and equality and oneness. Thus, if one is faced with this post and have not yet read this blog from day one, suggest that self first start from day one, as otherwise one will have no context of many dimensions that is walked in this post that has been dealt with in detail in previous posts. In the next post, we'll continue with the man manifestation within the woman and the history of the existence of the Eve and female dominated manifested singularities with the Adam and male manifestations within themselves suppressed in their relationship to themselves as woman, their relationship to the man and male, and within this, their positions within the world system of money, within and as this physical existence. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to, from and in the beginning to now, in and as equality and oneness with and as energy and substance, the mind and the physical, see, realize, and understand the evolution of the Eve and female singularity to the manifestation of and as the woman, as man, as the existent in both the man and the woman, and with the Adam and male existence of the friction and conflict relationship of energy to substance, in consuming substance to transform into energy existent in both the Adam and male and Eve and female singularities, and still exist as such within the man and the woman with the mind as system manifestation evolution of energy, relationship to the physical body as substance, within and as the Adam and male existence of the mind in the unconscious of consuming physicality that transform into energy through friction and conflict. As walked, the man, existence as the solidification and manifestation of the Adam and male existence of the friction and conflict relationship of energy to substance, where M is the Adam and male's origin from and as the friction and conflict in the relationship between energy and substance, A, its continued existence that is maintained in the relationship between energy and substance, and N, as its connection and dependency on energy and substance, cycling through energy and substance constantly and continuously with friction and conflict to continue surviving and existing. Now, woman, W, representing the flip side of the M manifestation within and from the man existence, and O, representing the continuation and continuity of energy. Thus, W, if one place the M beneath it, the M representing the origin of energy itself within the friction and conflict relationship between energy and substance, and then the W would represent the relationship continuation of energy itself, which manifest as the neutral and the positive. Thus, W represent the relationships between the negative energy experience that manifest from the friction and conflict as M, as the origin representation of friction and conflict between energy and substance, and thus W, the outflow continuation of the negative energy experience to the neutral and positive. O, representing from the W as the continuation of energy itself from the negative to the neutral and positive. The Eve and female existence in continuing the cycle of energies from the negative to the neutral and to the positive. Thus, woman as the evolutionary solidification of the Eve and female singularity, where, step one, from the Adam and male existence, the Eve and female dominated singularities manifested themselves into and as, firstly, Eve, EVE, with the first E as the origin of energy from and of the negative energy experience, and V as the manifestation of and as the neutral energy experience that connect and interconnect the negative energy experience to and as the positive energy experience as the second E, as the two relationship lines of the V hold a relationship between the negative and the neutral that bring into manifestation the positive energy experience. Thus, EVE, the origin and manifestation of the relationship of energy with itself from the negative to the neutral and to the positive. Step 2, from and of the origins and manifestation of the Eve existence, energy, and relationships between the negative, neutral, and positive of the Eve and female-dominated singularity came the female manifestation as female, Fe, Mal, E, where from the Mal, from malice, of and as energy, E, from within and as the friction and conflict, F, the E as energy continue accumulating and manifesting as the female, stand within and as the cycle and recycle of and as energy, where once the energy E has accumulated from the friction and conflict, F, the process starts again, and from and of the malus, of and as energy E, manifesting friction and conflict, accumulating E energy, and so the cycle and existence of and as energy, from and of the negative to the neutral and to the positive, continue and cycle and recycle over and over and over again as the process of survival of and as energy in God, from and of the existence of Adam and male and Eve and female. Step 3, to the solidification and manifestation of and as the Eve and female existence, where the W represents the Eve as the continuation of the relationship between the energies from the negative to the neutral and to the positive, and the O represents the female as the constant and continuous cycling and distribution of the energies through the negative, from the negative to the neutral and to the positive. That is the very definition of the Eve and female and woman existence in the more direct relationship with and as the flow and movement of the energies between and within the negative, neutral, and positive, and the Adam and male and man existence in the more direct relationship with and as the action of friction and conflict in consuming substance to transform into energy, where when and as the Eve and female existence manifested as woman, and Adam and male existence manifested as man, this solidified our existence into and as the man and woman physical manifestations, where the man will exist within and as the nature and action of Adam and male, and the woman will exist within and as the nature and action of the Eve and female, within and as how we evolved as manifested singularities from the beginning, with the Adam and male singularities evolving as energy into and as the mind existence becoming man-dominated in the relationship between the mind and the physical, as the action and nature of friction and conflict, with the Eve and female singularities evolving as energy into and as the mind existence becoming woman-dominated in the relationship between the mind and the physical, as the action and nature of cycling, distributing the energies constantly and continuously within and between the negative, neutral, and positive. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to, in and as equality and oneness, with and as energy and substance, the mind and the physical, from the beginning to now, see, realize, and understand how, within and as the man and woman as we exist today as the mind's relationship to the physical, with the mind, the evolutionary manifestation of energy's relationship to substance in our existence as Adam and male-dominated singularities, and Eve and female-dominated singularities, that the woman now exists in closest relationship to the emotional feeling bodies of and as the mind consciousness system, existent as all the energies the mind consciousness system produce within the unconscious, subconscious, and conscious mind as the negative, neutral, and positive. This because of, from the beginning, the Eve and female-dominated singularities having the closest direct relationship to the movement, circulation, and distribution of energies from the negative, neutral, and positive. The man now exists in closest relationship to the friction and conflict connections of and as the mind consciousness system, existent within and as the unconscious and subconscious mind, as the minds that have the direct connection and relationship to and as the physical body. This because of, from the beginning, the Adam and male-dominated singularities having the closest and direct relationship to the friction and conflict action between energy and substance. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to, in and as equality and oneness, with and as energy and substance, the mind and the physical, from the beginning to now, seen, realized, and understood, even though within both the woman and man existence, as the mind's relationship to the physical, within both the Adam and male existence of friction and conflict exist, and the Eve and female existence of the relationship and circulation of the energies within the negative to the neutral and to the positive. Within the man, the man seldom reached that direct relationship and connection to its Eve and female existence as the emotional and female feeling bodies of and as the mind consciousness system, as the man's manifested awareness is more solidified into and as the action of friction and conflict, with the energies more manifested within the negative and the neutral, seldom within and as the positive energy experience. Thus, the man's awareness within the mind is less within and as the emotional and feeling bodies of the mind and mind consciousness system, even though it exists equally within them as with the woman, as their awareness of themselves as the mind is more directed to the closest relationship of the mind to the physical within the subconscious and unconscious. With a woman, the woman seldom reached that direct relationship and connection to its Adam and male existence as the direct friction and conflict relationship of and as the mind consciousness system to the physical body, as the woman's manifested awareness is more solidified into and as the emotional and feeling energy body system, with the energies more manifested within the neutral and positive, seldom within and as the direct negative energy experience. Thus, the woman's awareness within the mind is less within and as the unconscious and subconscious mind friction and conflict relationship to the physical body of the mind consciousness system, even though it exists equally within them as with the man, as their awareness of themselves as the mind is more directed to the closest relationship of the mind's emotional and feeling body system within the unconscious, subconscious, and conscious mind. In the next post, we'll continue with the man and woman's existence within and as the mind's relationship to the physical body, having a look at from the beginning why and how males are perceived within the context of power and strength and masculinity, and females are perceived within the context of flow, creation, and femininity, within the context of how their existence as energy manifested a presence within their beingness that emerged through and as the mind consciousness system and physical body development, in seeing, realizing, and understanding what determined the birth of ourselves into this existence as being a man and male, or a woman and female. And within this, thus, the accepted and allowed consequences, the perception and interpretation of the energy and existence as the mind in the physical body of and as the male and man and female and woman manifested within this world as it and we exist today. I commit myself to show the difference between the man and male and woman and female is existent from the beginning within and as our relationship with and as energy and the solidification and manifestation of our awareness, and so our beingness and living throughout existence and time. Thus, that the difference between male and man and female and woman originate from the beginning, where we as manifested singularities manifested and patterned our awareness either more to the Adam and male existence of ourselves as the friction and conflict action or the even female existence of ourselves as the relationships and circulations within and between the negative and neutral and positive positive energies, that according to our awareness patterning and manifestation as energy from the beginning, manifested and formed the evolution of the structure and formation of our physical bodies as the male and man and female and woman as it exists today, which will be specifically walked in posts to come within this blog. In this, I commit myself to show how and why the male and man is interpreted and perceived and defined within and as the nature of power and strength, as a resonance and presence that formed within and as the Adam and male dominated singularities, due to their direct connection and relationship within and as the very force and velocity of and as the friction and conflict action relationship of energy to substance. Thus, this force and velocity of the action of the friction and conflict emulated the presence of and as power and strength. In this, I commit myself to show how and why the female and woman is interpreted and perceived and defined within and as the nature of flow and movement and creation, as a resonance and presence that formed within and as the even female dominated singularities due to their direct connection and relationship, within and as the movement, flow, and circulation of the relationships within the energies of the negative, neutral, and positive. Thus, this circulation and movement and flow of within and between the energies emulated the presence of and as movement and flow and creation and grace. I commit myself to show how, in time to come, within and as the establishment of equality and oneness with self as female and woman and male and man, and so equality and oneness between the female and woman and male and man, how we will within this equality and oneness utilize the very existence of ourselves as female and woman and male and man in establishing effective relationships and agreements with ourselves and each other, where instead of accepting and allowing ourselves to interpret and perceive each other within the context of female and woman, and male and man, as it has come to be defined within and through knowledge and information of the mind and consciousness, that has caused and manifested the unequal positioning and placement of responsibility of human beings within this world system. We will, as human beings, align ourselves and position ourselves within this world and world system, within and as the equal money system, based on our practical living, visible skills, abilities, and capabilities, taking responsibility for ourselves and for all as ourselves. Thus, human beings will not be placed according to money, family, culture, religion, and gender, but will be placed within this world and within responsibilities within this world according to who they are, within and as their practical living skills and abilities and capabilities that can contribute to the equality and oneness of and as all as self, so that we stop looking at ourselves and each other through the eyes of the mind's knowledge and information separate definitions, but start looking through the eyes of life, of equality and oneness, and how we individually and together can contribute to heaven on earth within and as who we are and how and what we live.